Hello, my favorite YouTube fam. Let's see. It is just after midnight, so technically it's July 31st. Happy heavenly birthday, Mom. My mom passed away in 2014, and July 31st, 7/31/51 is her birthday. So shout out to Mom, the Leo lioness, beautiful light that she was. Okay, big video tonight. I figured, alright, I'm gonna suck it up and do it. I'm gonna be up anyways, and I may break this into parts instead of just doing a long drawn out video, So first I'm just going to go over today. I wanted to just share something positive and amazing that happened for me. So today I have had two more excellent, civil, and positive conversations with my ex, my son's dad, who is the one we were doing the whole custody battle and blah, 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 lots of drama, and we are speaking and trying to come up with solutions and actually working together to co-parent. And we are tentatively meeting tomorrow evening, and I get to see my sons, like literally put my arms around them, hug them, kiss them, squeeze their cheeks. I always like right up to their cheeks, and I'm the mom, like I don't care if you're 8 or 18 or 80, I'm gonna embarrass the crap out of you. That's how I roll. So I get to have a conversation with them. We're gonna have dinner, and that's the plan for tomorrow. So please, prayers that all works accordingly, because my hopes are so high and I'm like glowing. Okay, so then with that, that was good news number one. Second thing, which is like miracles happening, I don't even have words, so I'm just going to do my best. Please bear with me, because I'm still like in a state of shock, okay? I have a friend in town who reached out to me and has given me some like cleaning work before and helped out with some food and things like that. Very, very kind person. And anyways, so they reached out and offered to pick me up today, take me to go get my mail, go to the food pantry, whatever I needed to do. And I was like, wow, that's awesome, So then they said to me, well, since you're already doing the cleaning and the painting and all that, I don't want you to do it today, but why don't we go to the store? I'm going to get you some things that I know are a necessity. And then on top of that, their kids are friends with my kids, and I have a plan for this school year with my ex regarding my youngest son, who's 14, that after school he's going to be with me until after dinner, and that's going to be homework time, or going over what he was taught during the day, and then feeding him a meal and things like that, or until my ex gets off of work, either or. So we spoke about tutoring his kids, because one of them was held back, and I think the school itself is failing. I really don't care for this particular school, but that's neither here nor there. So as far as having the kids in an environment where they can focus and do their homework, and I'm the kind of mom, like I always had snacks and drinks ready, quiet space, and time to focus, and then explain things and break it down to where they can understand. So kind of like, I know you can't pay me today, or I don't want you to do any work today, but here's what I have planned that I'll do this because you are in a crisis situation and you can help with this and this. And I was like, that's what I'm freaking talking about. Like, and it goes perfectly hand in hand with the movie I was telling you guys the other night, Evan Almighty, how God, asked him to basically become Noah and build an ark. And this guy had just been elected as a politician and had a public image, and all of a sudden he's building this huge ark on his property, right? And everyone's thinking he's insane. And I'm like, man, that's just like me, like prophesying and stuff like that, like getting so much you know, persecution and hatred for it and stuff, and people thinking you're a whack job if you have dreams or visions or things like that. But knowing that it's your mission and your job to do that, to profess those things to people, right? So it's just like having to just follow either God or be worried about what everyone thinks of you. And I'm like, I'm going to follow God. Obviously, there's no hesitation, no question there. So what Morgan Freeman, who plays God in that movie, he draws out in the sand with a stick the letters A-R-K, as he's saying that each person, just in doing acts of random kindness, you build the ark to shelter others, right? So I thought, that's kind of symbolic and significant. What isn't really these days anymore, though? It's like you can look up in the sky and you're seeing pictures in clouds that are speaking prophecy. Like, I don't know. So anyways, tonight, what I am going to do after sharing that positive bit of good news, and I'm doing a meditation later before I go to bed, if I go to bed tonight, with prayer and meditation, because I have quite a few people in my circles and my, you know, my loved ones who are going through some right now and could use some, you know, positive love and things like that, healing, balance, blah blah blah. So that's what I'm gonna do. And another awesome dude who's the same age as my son, he's also a light worker, a starseed. He told me today that during his meditation, what he envisioned was taking a rainbow and wrapping that around the entire earth. And I thought that was a beautiful and symbolic way to do that. Usually when I visualize in meditation, like spanning out my energies, they kind of just spiral like a whirlwind or a tornado. And I go from like myself to the room, to the house, to my street, to my neighborhood, to the city, to the country, all over the world, like that. And I just span it out. But to see it as a rainbow, I thought it was a beautiful, poetic way to do it. So shout out to you, Dre. Much love from Mama Bear. And tonight I am going to do two things in this video. That is 2 chapters, 5 and 6 of Revelation, because we stopped at chapter 4 last time. And then I told someone out there that I would get my journals and go through and show some of the drawings from my dreams and memories and visions. And I just want to see if that helps anyone else. I've been afraid and embarrassed to show them until now, and I'm not anymore. So I'm going to grab them out. So I may, oh, wait, I didn't even finish. Guess what I got today? Guess what I got today? Number 1, all my vitamins and supplements that I was out of, I literally started losing my hair and my face is breaking out. That's how much stress and anxiety and the toxicity of the dirty environment, you know, gets into your pores. So I've really been going through it. Got all them. And you're not going to believe this. There was a sale at Dollar General where if you bought a $40 minute card for an unlimited month's worth of cell phone minutes, you got an awesome, badass cell phone for $40. So guess what I got today? An actual functioning, working phone that I'm using right now with storage, memory, minutes. I can actually make phone calls again, not just social media and Wi-Fi, public Wi-Fi. I'm like, thank you, Lord. Like, the miracle maker makes miracles. I keep saying it. I believe it. And then am I like doubting because I'm sitting here like, when is it going to happen? No, I'm impatient. That's what it is. I want everything yesterday. So the miracle maker makes miracles. And you guys know what I've gone through with that POS of the flickering screen and shutting on and off, and I'm trying to failed uploads, and like, you know, so much anxiety and stress over it, and it being your only lifeline to any resource for help or assistance. Yeah, kind of a necessity for me. No family, no friends. It's like this devices. Yeah, whatever. I'm going to stop that. I'm so grateful. I mean, people it's very rare that I've ever found someone to just reach out, offer assistance, offer help, because they're just doing something kind and caring and seeing, you know, appreciating what you're doing, and then making some kind of trade that isn't like, you know, in the past it might have been, oh, well, you know, a dude, let's say, I'll help you out with some money, what are you going to do for me? Or, you know, bullshit situations like that, believe me, I've experienced all of them in the past. So I appreciate when people are just real and 100 and down and authentic, and they just do something out of the kindness of their heart, not because they want something in return, okay? Even though I am paying it off, it's like barter and trade, which is what I'm about. So, today, like, what positive changes? And I dealt with some crap, I'll tell you that. Two things. The cash assistance in Pennsylvania is being cut. After only 2 months of getting a piddly $200 a month, they're taking it away now. So I lost that as of the 1st, tomorrow. And then I see in the paper today, yeah, 200,000 people, I being one of them, who survive on my food stamps while I'm fighting this disability and all these things, homelessness. You know, now there's a plan to cut food stamps and school lunch programs in the state of Pennsylvania. I'm a little upset with our government here, our officials, our elected officials. And that's going to be in an upcoming video, seeing as how November, the 2020 elections are right around the corner. Well, some are red, some are blue, some are Democrat, some are Republican, some are Libertarian. I'm no party affiliation on my voter registration, and I'm going to tell everyone right now, I'm not voting at all. That is my right, my freedom to choose, until I'm given a worthy and honorable choice of a candidate. What's the difference of choosing the lesser of two evils? Come on, I'm so sick of talk, debate, argue, lobby, and nothing's getting done, and people are suffering. Children are suffering. Communities are suffering. Quit cutting food programs for children and families. And why don't we cut some of these real thick padded salaries and written off expenditures? Ooh, I'm going to get hot, so I'm going to pause that, take a deep breath, and we're going to go into the Word for a moment, okay? And I'm going to combine chapters 5 and 6 because the time is near, so we got to kind of hurry through this stuff, guys. And these things that have been written about are happening now, okay? So this is why I made it a point to keep my commitment and deliver the book of Revelation, if anything else, so that everyone can be aware of the current times and what is to come. So, chapter 5 is entitled The Scroll and the Lamb, okay? When I saw, oh, excuse me, let me start that over. See, I'm all talking government and politics, then I get all angry. Deep breath, decompress, we're in the Word. God is present, my angels, my guides, all of you. This is Real Talk family time, so no darkness is allowed in here. The scroll and the lamb, shall we continue? Then I saw in the right hand of him who was seated on the throne a scroll written within and on the back, sealed with 7 seals. And I saw a mighty angel proclaiming with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to open the scroll and break its seals?" And no one in heaven or on earth or under the earth was able to open the scroll or to look into it. And I began to weep loudly because no one was found worthy to open the scroll or to look into it. And one of the elders said to me, "Weep no more. Behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, the Root of David, has conquered, so that he can open the scroll and its 7 seals." And between the throne and the 4 living creatures, and among the elders, I saw a lamb standing, as though it had been slain, with 7 horns and with 7 eyes, which are the 7 spirits of God sent out into all the earth. And he went and took the scroll from the right hand of him who was seated on the throne. And when he had taken the scroll, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb, each holding a harp and golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of the saints. And they sang a new song, saying, "Worthy are you to take the scroll and to open its seals, for you were slain, and by your blood you ransomed people for God, from every tribe and language and people and nation, and you have made them a kingdom and priests to our God, and they shall reign on the earth." Then I looked, and I heard around the throne and the living creatures and the elders the voice of many angels, numbering myriads of myriads and thousands, saying with a loud voice, "Worthy is the Lamb who was slain to receive power and wealth and wisdom and might and honor and glory and blessing." And I heard every creature in heaven and on earth and under the earth and in the sea and all that is in them, saying, "To him who sits on the throne and to the Lamb be blessings and honor and glory and might forever and ever." And the 4 living creatures said, "Amen." And the elders fell down and worshipped. So chapter 5 is speaking about Christ and the crucifixion and paying the ransom to purchase all souls for the kingdom of heaven. His blood was spilled so that we all could be saved. The price has already been paid. Now it's time to start remembering that and look to the one who paid the ultimate price so we all could be here right now, here today, and start remembering and start thanking and start respecting and start learning and then start loving. Okay? That's how salvation, redemption works. Okay? And I love how that referred to the Lion of the tribe of Judah. I have that marked in my journals. I was getting messages of the Lion, tribe of Judah, blah, 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 all this stuff. And then Leo energies that we're in right now. My mom being Leo, lioness. It's all, it's all here. Okay, so then we're going to quick do chapter 6 with that, because that goes hand in hand, and it is called the 7 seals. Now, I watched when the Lamb opened one of the 7 seals, and I heard one of the 4 living creatures say with a voice like thunder, "Come!" And I looked, and behold, a white horse, and its rider had a bow, and a crown was given to him, and he came out conquering and to conquer. When he opened the 2nd seal, I heard the 2nd living creature say, "Come!" And out came another horse, bright red. Its rider was permitted to take peace from the earth so that people should slay one another, and he was given a great sword. When he opened the 3rd seal, I heard the 3rd living creature say, "Come!" And I looked, and behold, a black horse, and its rider had a pair of scales in his hand. And I heard what seemed to be a voice in the midst of the 4 living creatures saying, "A quart of wheat for a denarius, and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and wine." Well, when he opened the 4th seal, I heard the voice of the 4th living creature say, "Come!" And I looked, and behold, a pale horse. And its rider's name was Death, capital D, and Hades followed him, capital H. And they were given authority over a 1/4 of the earth to kill with sword, and with famine, and with pestilence, and by wild beasts of the earth. When he opened the 5th seal, I saw under the altar the souls of those who had been slain for the word of God and for the witness they had borne. They cried out with a loud voice, "O sovereign Lord, holy and true, how long before you will judge and avenge our blood on those who dwell on the earth?" Then they were each given a white robe and told to rest a little longer until the number of their fellow servants and their brothers should be complete, who were to be killed as they themselves had been. When he opened the 6th seal, I looked, and behold, there was a great earthquake, and the sun became black as sackcloth. The full moon became like blood, and the stars of the sky fell to the earth, as the fig tree sheds its winter fruit when shaken by a gale. The sky vanished like a scroll that is being rolled up, and every mountain and island was removed from its place. Then the kings of the earth, and the great ones, and the generals, and the rich, and the powerful, and everyone, slave and free, hid themselves in the caves and among the rocks of the mountains, calling to the mountains and rocks, "Fall on us, and hide us from the face of him who is seated on the throne, and from the wrath of the Lamb, for the great day of their wrath has come, and who can stand?" All right, so let's talk about this a little bit. 7 seals, 7 spirits of God. God is all. God created all. So therefore, any of the dark ones or evil ones, they came from the same source too. They're just a different expression, a negative expression. There are beings on this planet in existence now who are soulless, that did not come from God, who were, let's just say, created genetically in other ways, but they don't belong here. You could basically call them parasites. They don't come from the Most High, and they will be blotted out. Okay? So, now, the first seal was the conquering bow, which you could equate to a rainbow, or the constellation, bow and arrow, and a crown, the king, okay, the one who conquered and is here to conquer once more. Number 2 seal is the bright red horse, and that is the spirit that takes peace and People slay one another, and that would signify to me war, things like that, fighting, battles, spilling of blood, that color being bright red, just makes sense. The third seal is a black horse and a pair of scales. That to me signifies and represents the Libra scales of justice and balance, and that is to even the score, even the playing field. Those who have had much will now be taking place with those who have had little, and vice versa, or those who were weak will now become strong. Those who have been in power will now be serving. Okay, things balance, karmic balance, justice, fairness, equality, things like that, and righting of wrongs. And when they said the little quote of a quart of wheat for a denarius and 3 quarts of barley for a denarius, and do not harm the oil and wine, that's to me saying basically what can be destroyed but what must be protected. Okay? And that could be, plants, animals, human beings. I don't know. Your guess is as good as mine. Now, the fourth seal is the pale horse, and we know, some of us know what pale horse means, death. And the 2 spirit beings named Death and Hades followed, and they were given authority over a quarter, 1/4 of the earth, to kill with sword and famine and pestilence and wild beasts. And we see the breakouts of viruses right now, like Ebola. We're at the doorstep of WAR with the Middle East right now. There are locust invasions, famine in South America. Even in South America, at the beginning of this year, they were even trading rancid meat, is how hungry they're going. And so that's what I equate with that. The 5th seal is the souls of all the martyrs, the saints, the disciples, the apostles, the preachers of the word, the children of God, the followers, the believers, the witnesses who lost their lives in the same way as Christ did on the cross. And that's not done happening, just FYI. It takes a lot of courage, and it's going to take even more courage in the near future for followers of Christ to publicly proclaim and praise the name of Jesus without acquiring some sort of punishment for doing so. Let's just say that. We're turning into a police state here real quick. And I've seen for myself in visions and dreams, which I'm not ready to speak on because it's quite personal to me, and I will, but just not now, what is to come regarding that. And it's basically going to come down to, well, they might incarcerate you or might just put you to death without cause by even speaking the name Jesus. And I've told everyone, and I'll continue to say it, I'm not a fan of the authority figures we have currently, and we don't really get along and never have. And so I swear, like, if they tried to, oh, that's against the law, I'm going to be the one like, Jesus, 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 I'm a Jesus freak, try and stop me. You'll have to kill me. Like, that's just me. So, you can see it in the entertainment industry and other things, that the mere mention of the name Jesus, there's an attempt to blot out any remembrance of that sacrifice and turn everyone against anything holy or righteous or good or pure or moral or ethical. I mean, we see this. Turn on your TV, it's filth. You go on the internet, your kids can look at filth. Good news is, though, They're bringing the word God back in school. They made the big mistake when they outlawed prayer and took prayer out of school way back in the day. And we see how our schools have failed and suffered since then. And now there will be banners and signs in public schools saying, "In God we trust." And I think that's fantastic. We need faith restored in communities, and especially our children. We want them to remain innocent as long as they can. Or I do, for mine anyways. And it's a rough job anymore these days. Almost impossible. So that's why, in my opinion, enough is enough. And God will not be made a mockery of for that much longer. And it's going to take some patience, and the tribulation, the times of tribulation must occur first. Break down all that's broken to build up and rebirth the new, the kingdom, the 5D new earth, bringing heaven to earth, right? Peace, sovereignty, freedom, harmony, balance, respect, decency, integrity, things like that. Okay, so that's chapters 5 and 6, and I'm going to get this video uploaded because it's already 30 minutes, and thank you, God bless you to anybody that stuck around this long and listened, and awesome deal. And in my next video, I'm going to break out the journals, and I'm going to show you guys my research and my drawings and sketches, and hopefully get some collaboration going so we can work together and team up and win this battle. Well, it's been won, but everything has to happen still to bring it to fulfillment. And, so for some that's an excellent thing, for some that's a scary thing, for some that's unknown territory, but everyone has a very important role right now. Very, very symbolic, significant time to be alive right now in 2019. This age in Earth's ages, which was formerly known as the Golden Age, will in future history text be referred to as the Great Awakening. And it's happening, and 2020 is just around the corner, people, and that's very significant. So these are the end times, the end of the ways of this world, and run by the beings who rule it and control it. Yeah, so anyways, I love you all very much. I'll be back in the next one with some research, and we got this, okay? My prayers go with you.